Okay, guys, so here we go. This is pre-calculus chapter 8 section 5, and this is a continuation of our previous lesson. So what happened was I received a message. Here's my message. Okay, my buddy sent me this message. And so what happened was my friend and I established a secret matrix. Okay, only myself and my buddy know about this matrix. Okay, we decided ahead of time, every single time when we send out messages, we're going to use this 2 1 negative 2 3. And so what happened was my friend used 2 1 negative 2 3 to make this message, and now my job is to figure out, okay, what does this say? Okay, when I look at this, it's really hard to figure out what it says because I can't just match it up on the alphabet, right? I don't know on the alphabet what number 29 represents, or 34, 37, or negative 4. Okay, what letter would be negative 4? So that's the problem. Okay, so to encode, okay, to make the code, you use 2 1 negative 2 3. So to decode, you're gonna have to use the inverse. Okay, so the inverse of this is going to be 1 over 8, flip and flop. So 3 2, switch the locations, and then negative 1 and 2, we change these signs right there. Okay, so in order to decode what this says, I'm going to have to use this guy right here. Okay, so for purposes of decoding, that's what I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to do 3 negative 1 2 2. I'm going to multiply, and then afterwards I'm going to multiply by 1/8, or what I can do is divide by 8. Okay, so now this is how you decode. Okay, first you use the inverse, and so what happens is now you're going to use this first two numbers, okay, and you're going to multiply to this matrix. So my first two numbers are 18 and 29. Okay, so multiply in. All right, when I do that, here's what I get. I get 54 plus 58. So that comes to be 112. But remember, I got to divide by 8. So this now, when I divide by 8, okay, gives me 112 divided by 8 is 14. So my first letter, the beginning of my message is going to start with number 14. Okay, now multiplying to the second column, I'm going to get negative 18 plus 58 again. So that tells me I get 40. Divide by 8. Remember, you always got to divide by determinant. That gives me 5. So my second letter will be a 5. Okay, so I'm done. Now I'm going to use my second set of pairing. So this can be 34, 37. Now that I'm done with 18 and 29, just cross those out. Now, again, multiply. Okay, 34 times 3. I'm looking at 102. And 37 times 2, 74. Okay, so 102, 74. When I add, I get 176. Okay, remember to divide by 8. So I get 22. Okay, again, multiplying all the way in here, I get negative 34 and 74. So again, I get 40 divided by 8. So answer is 5. So 22 and 5. Okay, so this is what my message is. Okay, later on, I'm going to use my alphabet and to match up the letters. Okay, so now I'm done. I'm going to use 36 and 18. Cross these out for now. 36, 18. Okay, multiply. Okay, so when I multiply, I'm going to get 108, 108, right? And 36. So when I add that, I get 144 divided by 8. 144 divided by 8, I'm looking at 18. Okay, so that gives me 18 here. Okay, multiplying 36 into here, I get negative 36 plus 36, 0. Okay, but again, you got to divide by 8, I still get 0. So it's going to be 0. Okay, now I'm done. Cross those out. Use the next two numbers. Negative 4, 34. Multiply in, I get negative 12 and 68. That gives me 56 divided by 8, 7. So 7. Negative 4 times negative 1 is 4. And 68. That gives me 72 divided by 8 is 9. So 7 and 9. Okay, I'm done with those. Cross those out. 34, 37. Multiply in. 102. 102 plus 74. So 176 divided by 8 again, 22. So it's 22 here. Okay, multiply in, I get negative 36 and 74. So that gives me negative 34, sorry. Negative 34 plus 74, so I'm going to get 40. Divide by 8, answer is 5. Okay, so now I'm done. Cross those out. Use my next two. I got two more sets, okay? So negative 42 now with 63. Multiply in here. That's going to give me negative 126, right? Negative 42 times 3, negative 126, and 126. Oh, that gives me 0. Divided by 8 is 0, so 0. Negative 42 times negative 1, 42, and 126. Now add those. I get 168. Divide by 8, 21. Okay, so 0 and 21. Okay, so cross those out. All right. Next, I'm going to use my last set of numbers here. 32, 16. 32 times 3, 96. 16 times 2, looking at 32. Okay, so looking at 128 divided by 8, that gives me 16. All right, so comma 16 here, and then multiplying 32 in here, I get negative 32 and 32. 0. 0 divided by 8, I get 0. Okay, now let's look on our alphabet chart. Let's look on our alphabet chart and figure out what does this message say. Okay, so looking on my alphabet chart, look at here. Okay, so looking at here, I started with a 14. So looking at my chart, that's an N. 5 is E. 22 is going to be V, E. 18 is R. Now 0. With 0, if you see, okay, 0 is a space. Okay, and then 7 is G. 9 is I. 22 is V. 5 is E. 0 space. 21 is U. 16 is P, and 0 space. There you go. Never give up. So that's what my friend sent me. Okay, what an encouraging message, right? Never give up. So that's what I'm hoping you guys do. So try to learn from this and never give up. All right, so try to learn how to decode and encode messages. All right, good luck with that. Have a good day.